Hello, fellow music educators. So I've had this idea bouncing around in my head for a while now for an activity, and I kind of started putting it together a little bit here and a little bit there. And today I've been working on trying to kind of put the final touches on it. So I want to share it with everybody to see if it can help, because I have greatly benefited from lessons, activities, and things that have been shared by other music teachers over this past year, because I've been virtual the whole year. So I haven't had any in-person lessons since, or in-person classes since spring break of last year. So what this is it's a play-along loop that I use with my private guitar, bass, piano students. That it's just C, G, A minor, F, a 1, 5, 6, 4 in the key of C that loops. It just goes and goes and goes, right? So they can practice all kinds of stuff there. They can practice their rhythm stuff, chord changes. They can practice soloing over it, tons of stuff. It's a very versatile kind of play-along loop. And you get to see the chord and the quarter note that you're on. You'll see when you watch that part of the video, but yeah, I just thought, man, this is something that if I find like a virtual piano, I can send links to my students and give them a few minutes to experiment with with different stuff. You could have them just, because it's in the key of C, you can just say, hey, all the white keys are fair game. They'll all sound good. Tinker around. You could give them the objective of playing the root note of the chord on the downbeat. You could have them playing arpeggios, all kinds of stuff. This is designed, I guess, to work in the virtual classroom, but it could also work and it will work in the in-person classroom when we get back there. You could use, if you have Orff instruments in your class, if you've got boom whackers, if you've got ukuleles, recorders, it could, all this stuff could work with it. You just put it up on your screen and let it go and start letting them improvise and experiment and stuff. So I wanted to show everybody a few things. If you scroll down and look at the description here and click on show more, you've got both of the links that you'll need to do this activity. You've got the play along loop and the keyboard loop. So what I'm going to show you is a couple of things. So I'm going to switch over to the loop. One of the cool things that I think about YouTube, for if you need some differentiation in your lesson plan, you can click on the settings here, go to playback speed, and if you have students that you're trying to get them to play, the downbeat, the chord change on the downbeat, even if it's just the root note, you can either have them speed up the video or slow down the video. So you can go to custom here. I would go to custom, but I think you can only do custom if you're on a desktop computer. If you're on a device, I know for sure a phone will only let you do these preset speeds, which are pretty big jumps. They're basically 25% jumps, but you might be able to do custom on a tablet. I know for sure you can do a custom on a Chromebook or just any desktop computer. So you can go up by 5% or down by 5%. So if you have a student that's having trouble getting the changes in time, you can say, hey, why don't you bump it down to 90%? Or if you have a student that needs an extension, you can say, hey, why don't you bump it up to 110%? But here's how I'm thinking about setting it up. And I'm doing this on a MacBook, which isn't awesome because I think most of my students, probably 99% of them, have Chromebooks. So I might have to come up with some tutorials on how to do split screen for them with Chromebook stuff. So I'm just going to grab this tab, pull it down here, and do my trick for doing two screens at once. And I can move this over a little bit too, but you can see on the keyboard here, you can use your mouse. It will come on with sustain pedal on, which you can't really see my hands, but I'm hands-free right there. So I'm not holding that sustain pedal, so I turn that off. So you can do that with your mouse, or you can do it with your keys, right? So what I'll do is then turn on the loop, and within YouTube, you can change the volume too. So if you want to lower that a little bit so you can hear the keyboard more, you want to show your students that. So now I've got that going. I can start playing along. You have to click on the keyboard to be able to hear it. So that's the first exercise I would have to do, is just play the root note of the chord on the one. It's hard to do while you're talking, especially on a computer keyboard. Then maybe have it move around a little bit. But then, the possibilities, I won't say they're endless, but they are there's a lot of possibilities that you can do with this. You could have them arpeggiate on the keyboard. I mean, you can do tons of stuff. And I would love to hear from other teachers what they're doing. If you do end up using this activity, what are you doing with it? What exercises are you having students do? That sort of thing. So good luck, and I hope everything goes well the rest of the school year.